Did you know that there are trees that can grow for thousands of years? An ancient Greek proverb states, "A society grows great when old men plant trees, in whose shade they shall never sit." That may have been the case in Great Britain, which is now home to a handful of yew trees, which are some of the world's oldest trees. Many of the oldest trees in the UK can be found growing in churchyards. Often, they're described as significant due to their connection to Christianity. But it doesn't stop there. Some yew trees began growing hundreds, even thousands of years earlier. They stand as a reminder of the significance that these locations have had for many generations. Just like this one. This 5,000-year-old resident lives in the geographic heart of Scotland. It is believed to be the oldest living tree in the UK and possibly Europe. This tree has stood through the Stone Age, the Bronze Age, outliving now extinct species. It was symbolic to the Picts and the Scots, grew as Roman legions marched through, and predates the birth and spread of Christianity. Many have visited. Warriors, explorers, scholars, kings and queens, offering worship and admiration. With their evergreen leaves and incredibly long lifespans, yew trees have been associated with death, resurrection, and eternal life due to their longevity and regenerative abilities. They don't require much care, just to be left to grow. Even if cut down, they can begin to grow again, living on and on. If the oldest estimations of the Fortingall Yew Tree are correct, it has lived anywhere between 5 to 9,000 years. That would mean this tree was growing when the land known as Dodgerland, connecting Britain to mainland Europe, was first submerged 8,000 years ago. That would make the Fortingall Yew Tree as old as, or even older than, the British as Isles themselves. That's almost inconceivable, but it's not as unlikely as it might seem. Yew trees are notoriously difficult to age due to the way that they grow. It may look like multiple trees, but it is in fact one single tree. The center of the tree has decayed, and what's left are the tree's satellites. Subsequently, as the center of the tree is gone, it's impossible to determine its exact age. The internal decay and external rejuvenation is part of why yew trees have a reputation as being immortal. In 1769, the trunk was reported to have a circumference of 16 to 17 metres, marked by the wooden stakes in the ground. However, from the mid-18th century, people began cutting bits of the tree away for souvenirs and to make things like drinking cups, perhaps as a way to capture the immortal properties of the tree. There was even an incident of local children setting fire to the tree. To protect the Fortingall yew, a stone wall was constructed which still stands. Despite the tough treatment the Fortingall yew has received in the past, it is still thriving. For all we know, it could well be growing for another 1,000 years. All that would require is to do things now with the forethought and intent for the betterment of the future.